do is show the development on every single instrument with every student by doing some section solos. And so what we're going to do next is show you the saxophones and the brass and the percussion. And they're going to play a piece called Springtime Waltz, and you're going to get a chance to hear what every single section sounds like. And these next two section solos are actually going to be conducted by our work study student, Brian Burr. He's a 12th grader here at Lamphere High School, and he's going to go into music education next year. So he's been working with me and Mr. Garvey, and this is one of the things he's learning. He's learning how to conduct a group and solos and use cueing in his conducting, so you're going to see all that from him tonight. So we have 6th grade brass and saxophones and percussion, and Brian Burr with their section solo. that we have is going to feature the flutes and the clarinets, and we have a new bassoon player in 6th grade band. So we're going to showcase their talents. And this piece is a piece called Melody. It's just simple. And we're going to do it in the same way. We'll feature the flutes first, clarinet and bassoon second, and then all of them at the end. piece that 6th grade has for you tonight is a two-part piece. It's called Hymn and Folk Dance. And so the first part is very slow, and it helps us with our breathing, actually. It's not too difficult to play, but it's always good to try and expand our lungs and just play as long as we can. So this really showcases that. The second piece that we'll play, called Folk Dance, is faster, and the students aren't always playing together all the time. So they might have a melody, but it overlaps, and they had to work really hard in how they counted this piece to make it work. So this is our last piece for 6th grade, and I hope you like it.